So as we wrap up, based on your journey as an AI leader and author, what's one piece of encouragement or advice you would give to listeners who are looking to enhance their skills in AI technology?
I would say that pick a topic that you are really excited about, or pick a problem that is bothering you a lot, like scratch your own itch. And if it's a problem that is, something that you do try to solve on a daily basis, just write it out, and write out the steps basically, and then try to explore how AI can replace each step one by one. It may be able to replace a step, it may not, but just see how you can bring in AI into that workflow. And chances are a lot of that might be automated away. And as you do this, you then start learning to use AI for different types of sub problems. And then over time, those become different types of problems. So you're building the muscles that are necessary to use AI and think in a way where you try to solve a problem first by yourself. You use your own critical thinking, and wherever you feel that there are inefficiencies or where you need that extra support, you figure out, okay, here's where AI can step in, and this allows me time to do something else, or this allows me to completely automate away this problem, so I don't need to think about it. That's how I would approach it. And then the second one is like just trying to keep up with what's going on. I know that there's a lot of hype around the area. There's like every day there are announcements on this tools come out and it's going to completely change the world and all of that. But try to keep a pulse on what's going on. Generally, if a particular topic or tool is in the news for more than 4 to 6 weeks, chances are there's something there. If it's there for only 1 or 2 days, then I would exercise caution. So those are the two suggestions in addition to what I said about AI literacy.
Right. Great. I love that. Keeping an eye on those things and not taking it for face value, right? And really keeping that critical thinking lens. And that's what some of the instructors I've talked to over time the last few months, that they said they're fearful that their students are going to lose that critical thinking. And I
Hmm.
said, well, then our job as educators is to ensure that they don't, and create authentic assignments where they don't cheat, right? Automatically. They don't want to do it because they want to actually do that assignment. And so we're trying to, as an institution, that we're trying to get away from so many papers and not have a lot of papers. I mean, they still need to know how to write, but we always try to think of what do they need to know in the field to be
Hmm.
able to get into whatever particular industry they're trying to go into. So I think that's so important to have that in place, and so that they know that they can do that. So yeah, that's great. I
Right.
love that.
I mean,
Lots of great. Yeah.
we've had open book exams in the past, and one of the things that affords the teacher is that you can set really interesting questions that you don't have a direct answer to, and you'd have to do a bit of work. You'd have to look at different sources and then come up with an answer that is sort of helping you assimilate the material. Now with AI, that open book concept becomes, it goes to a completely different level because you instantly get the answer, but again you need to fact check. There's all those kinds of things. But I wonder if there is a way to create an experience that simulates open book, but using AI in a way where you are practically testing things, as opposed to, like you said, just having people done in reports and papers, because those are the kinds of assignments where I feel students might learn the best, because they are forced to use AI, and at the same time they're forced to use their own thinking.
Right. I love that. Yeah, kind of like the assignments that I'm grading, and it forces them, like you said, it's got doesn't just have one part to it, it has multiple
Mhm.
layers to it. So you can see, did the students really understand it? And I can tell, they're not just putting that input in there and just getting the output, doing a screenshot, but they're actually learning from it. And then the reflection that they did afterwards when they did that first assignment was, what went well, what would you do differently next time? How would you converse with those different individuals, in the AI tool next time to make it better? And what did you learn through that experience? So that's something AI can't replicate, is those experiences. So it's really great to see that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, just keep growing and keep learning, right? That's the key. Great.
That's the key.
Yes.